Between 2005 and 2015, college tuition increased 37% across the United States, forcing many students to now work part or even full-time jobs while pursuing an education. On top of these conditions, students entering college today have lived almost their entire lifetime under the war on terror. The IYSSC interviewed youth on campuses at the beginning of the school year on the questions of the 2016 elections, the drive to war, and the fight for socialism.
We need a shift in the way we view the working class. We have to stop seeing the working class as like, strugglers that we didn't work hard enough, and so that's why we can't make it. Everyone's working, everyone works.
I feel like this election completely proves that the two-party system is a piece of shit, honestly. Like, I use the harsh language, but there's just not enough options. Both of these people will probably get us into a war, but like hands-on. Like either way I could see it happening with one enemy or another. And that's not a direction I want to see this country going in.
The war situation, it's everywhere. As I said, I'm from India and I know the situation, what's there. So it's there. So basically, I think someone should stand up and talk about stuff which is really important, because people are really dying and it's not good.
Well, since I'm so dependent on my parents, I realize that it's hard for them to always we live paycheck to paycheck, so it's hard to always make sure that we're okay and stable.
That influx in tuition either forces them to live with their parents, or they have to get cheaper and cheaper housing in poor neighborhoods, and get 2 or 3 jobs, so when you go to school you're tired, you don't want to learn. So it creates an environment of just overall dissatisfaction, and that's how those conditions that allowed Bernie to become so popular. I mean, even he wasn't so he was surprised that he got so much support.
When he was going through the socialism phase of his election, I was so with it, but after he was supporting Hillary, I was I'm not really sure if he was fully with his beliefs at first, because I'm not if you can't go from one belief and then go straight to another one.
I personally don't think American democracy exists. I mean, first of all, you have a two-party system with 2 candidates, as you said, people don't even really like or support. You're basically forced to choose between the two, and you're supposed to choose the lesser of 2 evils.
A lot of the things I'm interested in intellectually is, for example, going to space. And so a part of going to space is building rockets or satellites or technologies for astronauts to be safe in space. And a lot of that focus is on defense companies. So the same companies that are selling F-15s to Saudi Arabia, and the same companies that are just selling weapons to every country in the world. And so if I have to, in the process of having to go into a field that I'm intellectually interested in, I'm going to be making money for the same companies that are killing people just for the sake of making money. I think you'll see a lot of strikes, the Verizon strike was a big one recently in U.S. history. And I think strikes are kind of in the right direction, but I think the next step beyond a strike, beyond sitting down in a workplace environment, preventing the workplace from being productive, is to say, well, why don't we just take over ourselves? If we know what we want to do in the company, why aren't we in a position to just choose ourselves?